Hey everybody, thanks for taking some time to talk about some of the issues affecting seniors in the Valley and across the country. I will always vote to protect Social Security, period. It's a promise, it's an earned benefit that folks have contributed their entire lives. It's not an entitlement. My opponent, on the other hand, wants to raise the retirement age to 70 and called Social Security and Medicare entitlements. I'm never going to vote to cut benefits for Social Security and Medicare or reduce the system to a block grant or a voucher system. Ultimately, this is your money and you deserve it. You worked for it your entire life. I also oppose the president's efforts to undermine Social Security while not providing meaningful assistance to folks struggling during the pandemic. Now is the last time that we should be undermining Social Security payments. What I do support is a bill called the Social Security 2100 Act, which would make the system sustainable through the year 2100. In addition to stabilization, it would provide an increase for all beneficiaries that is equivalent of 2% of the average benefit, a 2% benefit increase. It would also improve the annual COLA formula to better reflect the costs incurred by seniors through adopting a CPIE formula. We would achieve a lot of the stabilization and benefit increases by raising the payment cap for millionaires. So millionaires are paying their fair share into Social Security. Right now, they don't. Right now, people only pay into the system for the first $400,000 of their earnings. That's ridiculous. People who make more than that can afford to help their country and seniors on Social Security. It would allow us to plug this financial hole while also expanding benefits by that 2%. And in addition to my work in Washington, my office has a proven record of helping people cut through red tape at the local Social Security office. We've helped over 2,500 people, one by one, including our seniors, get the benefits that they've earned. Rising housing costs are a problem for people who have lived on a fixed income. A lot of the issues impact seniors more intensely than anyone else. Recently, I was at a senior housing facility in Manteca that's just being built. It's incredibly exciting. But one of the heartbreaking things that I heard is that the waiting list is 10 times longer than the number of folks, the number of units that they have. And that's just for one facility, and they have done barely any marketing. I think the demand for affordable housing in our community across the Central Valley is astronomical, especially among seniors living Social Security paycheck to paycheck. And that's why I've been very involved in a number of efforts to cut housing costs, reduce homelessness, and support programs like Section 8 housing. The best way to combat a housing shortage is to build more housing. It's not that complicated. This summer, I introduced a bill to temporarily zero out the federal tax rate on new home and apartment construction. That's going to be a big help to us in California. That's going to create jobs that could be done during the pandemic and create the housing that our seniors and everybody else so desperately needs. I also support efforts to combat homelessness, including through the provision of better treatment and wraparound services. And I built a comprehensive homelessness agenda, which will help us bring everybody to the table to get folks off the streets and into homes that they need to be in. With a growing senior population, I am committed to strengthening and expanding the Older Americans Act. This Congress, we passed a new version of the Older Americans Act in the House, but it's stuck in the Senate like a whole lot of other bills. What this bill does, very simply, is it increases funding for critical OAA programs that seniors depend on. It's going to provide more support to caregivers, which is so much more important now that more people are caring for their loved ones personally. The bill also puts a greater focus on social isolation, which is only growing during this pandemic. We need to help people who are by themselves. I know when I was growing up, I would engage in the Meals on Wheels program in Modesto. When I was a kid, I would help deliver meals to seniors that needed them. That's one of the really critical programs that for some seniors can be their only real connection with somebody else on a particular day. Those are the programs that are supported through the Older Americans Act, and that's why we need it now more than ever.